Hi, Debbie here with my first Beebeecraft project. What I'm going to do for my first project is I'm just going to make some stick pins because I'm in a stick pin swap and I need to make some stick pins, so this is a good time to do that. And the products that I'm going to be using are these bead spacers. I think there's 720 that come in this container of assorted bead spacers. I am going to be using some of these bead caps here, and I am going to have links to all these products in the description box below where you can go over and check them out, and I'll also have a link to Beebeecraft's store. Okay, as far as the beads go, I am going to be using some of these little 6mm filigree beads. I'm going to be using these glass flower beads. These glass blue beads. These golden antique gold leaf bead caps. These dark blue glass beads. And these Indonesia beads here. So these are what I'm going to be using for my stick pins. Now I do have them already kind of laid out how I want them to be, and just to save on time. Now the pins that I'm going to be using are from my stash, so I'm going to be using my pins, and also this one bead cap here it was from my stash too, so I'm going to use that. Well, anyway, this is going to be how this goes. Then I have the little, whoops, I don't know if I'm going to bring these up every time I use one, because that's going to be hard for me to do, because I have to do this standing up, because the way my camera is, I can't. And then I just put the little bead cap on, then I put my bead on, and another bead cap goes right over the bottom, and then here's another little bead cap here that's going to go on like this, and then my little bead's going to go on. So this, let me just put this around so you can see it. So this is what this bead looks like. And I'm just going to put them right here for now on the little mouse while I put these together. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do, it's just easier if I put all the beads in here so I can grab them. So you can see all the different bead caps that I'm using here. So I'm going to be using the little leaf cap, bead caps, some spacers, and the blue glass bead. That's this one here. And so I'm going to start with the little leaf, and I just put that on like so. Then I put my bead on. No, as a matter of fact, I put this one on first. I put the little one on first. Yeah, this is hard for me to do on the hole. Yeah, this is very hard for me to do here. But I know it goes in. There you go. And it's going to go like that. Then I put the other leaf. And I put my little spacer. Then I put my little bead cap. And I put my bead. And I put my bead cap here, top of that, and then I put another spacer, then a bead cap, and then another little bead, and then a bead cap on top of that, and that is how this one turns out. I hope I'm staying in frame because it's hard to me to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to stick it on my little mouse. Okay, so let's work on this one. This is with those glass beads here. And these are what I'm going to be using for this one. So I'm going to start off with a little spacer. And then one of these little, oh, it's a spacer too. So there's a lot of spacers on this one, but they're real pretty spacers. Look how nice that looks. Like that. And then I'm going to take a bead cap. And put my bead on. And then I need a bead cap on top of that. Then I'm going to take this spacer and this spacer on the bottom. So now this is going to look like that. So these are real pretty. And then I'm just gonna, I'm not gluing them right now. I'm just putting them together for you. And then now we'll use this Tibetan bead. Now this is a really big bead. Now most of the time I don't use beads quite this big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a spacer. A little spacer right here. And then one of these, another spacer. Then I'm going to put this bead on. Like so. And then I'm going to put this spacer, and then another spacer. And this ends up looking like that. So these are the beads, stick pins that I've made using products from Beebeecraft, and I turn this around because I like it with the like that. So there's these two, and then we have on this side these. So you can see those a little better. So these are the stick pins I made. They just need to be glued on. And so yeah, like I said, I'll have all the information in the description box below where you can go over to Beebeecrafts and also over to all these beads and caps that I used for making these stick pins. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.